Alright, what's up everybody? I'm back with another video. And in today's video, man, I gotta get my freaking car back running. So this is my 2011 Dodge Charger. I bought it back in 2012. Got a little bit of damage on it. Some people got into a fight, then fell in the middle of the street. The guy in front of me, two cars in front of me, the guy hit brakes. The car behind him hit brakes. By the time I seen it, it was too late. I smacked the back of him. But anyway, yeah, I bought this car in 2012. Missing some hubcaps. But I gotta get it registered. It haven't been registered in a couple years. It's all dusty. So, as y'all see how dusty it is, right? I came out the other day to start it up, to take it to go get a car wash. Battery dead. So I gotta go get some jumper cables, come back, and jump the car. So let's go get on this mission. Man, I had to come all the way to Smith's to find some jumper cables. Man, look at the price. Oh my God. Good Lord. Just to get my car started. And I already got I got two pair of jumper cables, but they're both locked in the same trunk. Alright, so I'm all hooked up. Let's try to get this thing back cranked up. It should crank right up. Okay. I cranked it yesterday. Nope. Gotta give it a little bit. Give it just a little bit. We'll be back in a second. Comment down below if you know what the hell that noise is. Well, it stopped now. It let it stop right when I get ready to ask somebody what it is. But if y'all know what the hell that is, I'm gonna catch the noise in a minute. If y'all know what that is, let me know. Comment down below. And let's try it again. Nope. I think I ought to put this thing battery to battery, because the way I got it hooked up, I don't think that's gonna help. I don't think that's gonna work. Battery was too dead yesterday. So the way I got it hooked up to this thing here, I don't think that's gonna work out. It's hooked up to the battery here. But this bullshit here. Crank up. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna let that thing run. Definitely finna let it run now. But look, y'all. Look what the other jump. Oh, let me. Hold on. Let me unplug these jumper cables real quick. Guess I leave these ones in here just in case she need them. My daughter. So we'll keep these in here. Since I guess that's where these things go anyway. In there, so we'll leave that in there. And we'll park this back where it was at. Sure, seat up close. Alright. Alright, let's go put this back. I'll be back to that car in a minute. Okay, park right here. Alright, so look, let me close this real quick. See, because of the damage, it won't close all the way. So I gotta get that bitch closed. But look, y'all, so yesterday when I cut the chrome, how I cut on just now, I had immediately came and left the jumper cables here. There's another pair up under that tire. I don't know why I put them in the trunk. Oh shit, fuck. Fucking tools. Hold on, y'all. Alright, so I got that back in there. Alright, let me get this shit here I'm leaving. Alright, so yesterday, right, I came out here, I cut the chrome. As soon as the car cut on, I came back out here and I put the jumper cables in here, closed the trunk, parked the wifey car, came back, cut my car off by mistake. I was supposed to drive it like I'm finna do now, but I didn't do that. I got in here, I cut it right off, and it never cut back on. But as y'all can tell, all the lights is off now. Well, except for that, what do you call it, alignment light, and my tires, look like one of my tires might be low. Let me check. Okay, so it's saying the front and back tires, so I need to go get air in that back tire. But the radio back on, everything's back on. So I'm gonna take it, drive it, go get a car wash, and get ready to get my tags. Alright, so now it's off to the car wash. This thing is beat up. I need to get this car fixed. Like, alright, so I just checked the tires outside, right? I kicked all the tires. There's nothing wrong with the tires. Now let me explain, because I don't think I'm gonna upload the original video I did when I was talking about what recently happened with this car. Well, not recently, what happened years ago with this car. So a few years ago, like I think 3 years ago now. Oh, almost three. Yeah, about 3 years ago now. I had got the car fixed. Right, something was wrong with it. What was wrong at that time? I think. Oh, I tried to change my thermostat by myself, and the antifreeze waste on something, and it messed up something else. Like, it kept overheating, so I had to take it to get it fixed. So when they fixed it, a few months later, the control arm bar bent. So when I went to get that fixed, the dude asked me, because they saw the damages, like it already had the damages on there. Dude was like, "Did you get into a car accident?" I was like, "Yeah," because I was trying to get the alignment. I thought it needed an alignment. I didn't know it was the control arm bar. So I went to get the alignment. The guy said, "Did you get into an accident?" I was like, "Yeah, it's been in a couple of accidents," which wasn't my fault. He was like, "Well, I think you got frame damage." So when he said I had frame damage, I was like, damn. So I parked the car and I left it. It ended up sitting there for like 2 years in the garage. So the tires went flat. I used to start it. I started it up like a couple of times for like a few months. But when I had parked it, it was already on E. Like I needed to go get gas, I remember. I was supposed to go get gas, but I never went and got gas that day. And then I went to try to get it fixed. I tried to get the alignment, and they said, "You got frame damage." I parked the car for 2 years. So when those 2 years went by, we ended up having to move, because the owners of the house ended up the owners of the house wanted to sell. I mean, the owners of the home had sold it, and the new owners wanted to move in. They didn't want to rent the home. They wanted to live in the home. So the wifey was like, "You got to go and get that car fixed, because we got to get it out the garage." I didn't really care for the car at that time. I wanted to buy a different car. Like I wanted a Hellcat, because I was watching YouTube videos. So I wanted either I wanted to either try to get a 392 Scat Pack and then work my way up to a Hellcat. But then we ran into the situation where I had to move. So I'm gonna pause right here for a minute, because I'm at the car wash. I gotta figure out how to pay, so I'll be right back, guys. Hold on. Oh shit. Thank God these ain't no Forgiatos. Alright, so where was I at? Okay, so we ended up moving, right? We ended up having to move. So I needed to get the car out the garage. So I was like, maybe it's not the. Hold on, let me. This guy's showing me. All right. So I was telling somebody, I was like, I think it's got frame damage. They was like, it may be your control arm bar. So I remember the first time I tried to get an alignment at this shop, the guy couldn't speak English good, right? So he was like, he pointed at the control arm bar and he pointed at the suspension. I think this was after they told me it was frame damage. It was before. No, it had to be before. It was before I found out it was frame damage. So the guy, he couldn't speak English. He was pointing at the control arm bar and he was pointing at the suspension. And I kind of understood he was saying that it was a common problem with these particular cars. So I couldn't understand what he was saying. So I went somewhere else and tried to get an alignment. That's when they told me it was frame damage and I parked the car. So when I told somebody else that they told me it was frame damage, they was like, that could be your control arm bar and your suspension. I was like, damn, a dude told me that before, but I didn't listen. So I went back to the same shop, right, that told me I had frame damage. So now that's 2 years later. I'm like, hey, can you try to do that alignment and check my control arm bar and my suspension? He called me an hour later and said, yeah, it's your control arm bar, your suspension. We're gonna go ahead and get that done for you. I left something out. While the car was sitting in the garage, it ran out of gas, so I couldn't start it. So the reason why I was at the shop was to figure out why I couldn't get it started. And I told him to check the suspension. Then they called me and told me why the car wouldn't start was because it ran out of gas and something was wrong with the gas tank. So then they told me, okay, your control arm bar is bent and your suspension is messed up. The springs, whatever. So I replaced everything, got everything replaced, and they called me back and said, hey, your turn signals don't work. And I was like, yeah, because I looked for this piece before and I couldn't freaking find it. What did I do with that piece? Oh shit. Oh shit. Talking too much, guys. Talking too much. Alright, so he was like, where was I at? So they was like, where's your turn signal at? I was like, I can't find a piece, guys. I don't know what I did with it. Alright, so the dude was like, you know, your turn signal is not working. Whoop, the piece is missing. I was like, yeah, because it had broke off. You know when you got the your team on your keychain? I sat in the car and broke this off. So he was like, we can replace it. I was like, well, go ahead and replace it. Right? Well, I got the money, you know, go and fix it. That was the biggest mistake I ever made because they ended up charging me to fix that, right? And the radio wouldn't work. It's telling me still that my tire in the front and back is low. They're telling me there's no tire in the front. That tire in the back is low. You guys saw that. It was telling me that my airbag went off. It was telling me that something else was wrong. When the battery went dead a few days ago, the whole time, like almost a year now, like 8 or 9 months, I've been riding around in this car illegally because I don't have any tags on it yet because I'm in a situation where I wasn't able to just spend $1,200 on tags because in Nevada, if you don't pay your insurance and you leave your car registered, You gotta pay a lot of money to get it back registered. Let's just leave it at that. So I'm riding around, man. You guys with no radio. The turn signals and high lights, none of that worked. The lights was working. The high beams, I used to have to ride with the high beams because the wires on my lights are burnt out. It's something when they hooked this radio up, they messed me up at Audio Excellence or wherever I went. This car just been through hell since I had it. Like, there's a lot of things I can't remember. All right, so there we go. Finally washed it. Let me get some air on this one. Man. Yeah. Welcome to Las Vegas, where let me see what the temperature is. Welcome to Las Vegas, where it's 60-some degrees, but it feels like it's 90 degrees in your car. How the hell you get out of here? All right, so. Yep. So, when the battery went dead, okay, and I went and charged it up yesterday, when I plugged it up and charged it up, I noticed that the radio said something different. It said audio off. At first, it used to say what it said, I don't even remember now, something about anti-theft code. So when me and my grandbaby was out here charging it up, I looked at the radio, I was like, audio off. So I pushed the button and turned it on. Boom, radio came on. I was like, what the hell? And I looked down, the gas hand working. So for that part, for the radio, for the airbag thing, what else was it? Radio, airbag, gas hand. For those particular things, I guess you just needed to unplug the battery and plug it back up. I wish I'd have thought of that 8 months ago. Because riding with no radio, that was the worst part ever. That was way worse than no turn signal. That was way worse than not having no tags. Because in the state of Nevada, if you go, like I said, if you go past, if you don't pay your insurance, they suspend your tags. You got to pay a lot of money to get it back up and running. I got to pay them $1,200. I already switched it from my name to the wifey name, so both names is messed up. I might as well keep it in her name and pay the $1,200, or it don't matter. I don't want to go through that whole thing and wait for a title to come back. I was looking for the turn signal thing, y'all. I'm not even gonna edit that part out when I wrecked. I was looking for the turn signal thing, and I wasn't paying attention that the car wash had pushed me out. And I hit the curb, and the car went like in the rocks. Embarrassing. So yeah, but thank God these ain't no 4Giatos, because if they was 4Giatos, matter of fact, when I do buy some 4Giatos, I'm gonna pay strict attention, because when I bought this car, these rims came on the car. I never cared about the rims because I knew they were cheap. So yeah, I used to go through the McDonald's drive-through, bink, bink, scrape, scrape. I know wifey scraped them up a couple times. There's a lot of scrapes on there I know I didn't do. But yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get the bumper fixed. Next up is getting the bumper fixed. Get the bumper fixed. That's next up. Then paint it. Wait. Get the bumper fixed. And then what I want to do is look into trying to swap the engine out, maybe for a 392. I doubt I'll be able to find a Hellcat right now. Like, I wouldn't be able to do that. But for content, I think I want to, after I get the bumper and all that fixed, slap the 392 in here. Just turn it into an SRT real quick, like that. Because I didn't know about these type of cars when I bought this. I didn't know nothing about RT, SRT, SRT8. I didn't know about Scat Pack, Hellcat, Demons, and now they got the Red Eye and the what's that other thing they got out? Not the Demon, but the Red Eye Super Stock. Now they got that Super Stock out. like I didn't know about that type of stuff. I just saw it was on rims. I was like, okay, cool. I had been seeing the pictures of Chargers on Ford Giottos. I was like, I'll buy that and put it on some Ford Giottos. I seen how it was sitting on rims. This was actually the first model I seen on rims. The models I used to look at was the Gen 1s, I think that's what they're called. I think this is a Gen 2. I used to look at the Gen 1s on Ford Giotto because my partner had one, and that thing was loud to me. But when I saw these right here without the rims on it, I used to think that these were ugly cars. But when I went to that dealership to buy a Durango, and we were doing the paperwork, I was like, man, I want to check out that Charger out there because I seen it on the rims and it was just talking to me. But I could be honest, I wish I didn't buy it. But for YouTube purposes now, I'm glad I got it. Because if I come across enough money, I'm going to definitely do an engine swap. And that's going to definitely be footage for YouTube. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I'd like to thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit that post notification bell, like, and comment. Wow, so I came back after all that driving. Oh, there's the noise right there. Comment down below if you know exactly what that is. So after all that driving, I come back and I park and I think this car's been on for at least an hour. So now I'm thinking it's something else because it won't start. I hope it ain't the battery again. It could be just the battery, but anyway. It's alright. I'm gonna get that fixed soon. So, got the car washed. Ain't that bad no more. It don't look abandoned anymore. Gotta get this fixed. Gotta get this fixed. Gotta get this fixed. None of these are my fault. Gotta get this fixed. Gotta get this fixed. This is wifey fault right here. Wifey did that. Gotta get this fixed. This. Get that replaced. Definitely need a new bumper. I lost all these almost. These cheap rims.